I just figured out the best and easiest way to edit my concert recap videos. It used to take me so long to go from S-Log3 footage to Rec 709 and then a color graded final film look, but now it takes me minutes. As you guys may or may not know, I've been filming my most recent recap videos with my Sony a7 IV all rigged up, as you see here. Isn't this beautiful? I can do a whole camera rig video if you guys really wanted me to. The focus of this video is to tell you guys about Dehancer. This is 100% the fastest way that I've found to edit my recap videos. You guys don't believe me? Let's hop into Final Cut to show you guys how. Okay, now that we jumped into Final Cut, obviously the first thing you guys are going to want to do is download Dehancer. Now, once you have that, I already placed some of my clips onto the timeline. These are just a few that I got, some of my favorites. You want to go and get one of your adjustment layers. Can be any adjustment layer. And again, also, you don't need this adjustment layer. You can place Dehancer right onto the footage. But to keep everything consistent, to keep the timeline looking clean, I just use an adjustment layer. From there, I go into my effects tab, grab my film emulation. This will pop up once you install it. And here's Dehancer Pro V7. All you do, click, drag onto the adjustment layer. And from there, boom. You already have what looks to be something super filmy, but to get your footage to go from S-Log3 to Rec 709 and eventually color grade, you have to click on, sorry, I had to reframe the camera because I couldn't see with the camera in front of my screen. But now, after you place Dehancer Pro into the adjustment layer, you have the film look, you have the grain, yada yada. But now, we're here where it says Rec 709. What you want to do is change that to choose camera, choose your camera. For me, I shot this all on Sony a7 IV, which is right here. Format S-Log3 Gamut Cine. For you guys will have to know what camera you use, what log profile you use. For me, I use S-Log3 sgamut3.cine, and boom, converted from S-Log3 to Rec 709. Yes, it does not look good as of now. This is one of those things where you have to trust the process. Because now, what we do is mess around with all of this, whatever you want. Exposure, compensation. Obviously, these clips are darker than some of these. So what we can do is we can cut the adjustment layer. So now we're only affecting things on these two clips. Without using any other plugin, any other software. Yes, I use other softwares sometimes, but you can get that same look directly through Dehancer. All you have to do is mess around with the exposure, with the temperature if you need, and then you can go and look through all these different options that you can mess with. And it's all going to be personal preference. For example, I like to use Kodak Vision 3. I like to use Cinestill 50D. It's all going to have different effect on your footage. All of this is just things to mess with. Obviously, it's not doing anything because, look at that. It's not enabled. Because I don't want to use it in my final look. But for the video's sake, sliding it up and down just changes the contrast, like it says. Contrast boost if you need more contrast. Color boost if you feel like you need more saturation in there. You know, it adds and removes. Film compression. This is once it gets into the nitty gritty stuff where if you know how to shoot film, especially film video, you're going to know more about impact, white points, toner range, the density. I don't do much with it. I leave it without it. The only things I use is film, print. All print does is you choose different types of output looks that you want, imitating or emulating film. I like to use either Kodak 2383 or Fujifilm. Both look great. Obviously, for different videos, I'll use different things depending on the lighting, depending on all sorts of stuff. Film grain, obviously, I use. That's pretty much it. Halation, glow, film damage, bloom. Bloom is super cool. I don't always use it, but I like to use it a lot. Film damage, if you want to have little textures or film cuts or something, it'll automatically generate something for your footage. Use it as you like. Film breadth and gate weave, that's also those things that if you shoot film already, you'll know a little more about this. I don't know. I don't personally shoot video on film, so I don't know exactly what it does. So just leave it off. Don't need it. Move on. And then there's overscan, vignette, anything you need. LUT generator. If you do have your LUTs already that you love to use, you can go ahead and enter a LUT as well as export a LUT that you created. Let's say I love this, the way this looks currently. I don't want to forget exactly what I did to get to this point, so I just have to click on export LUT and it'll create a LUT for me that I can use on future projects. And it's as simple as that. This footage is, obviously I would need to tweak it a little more, but for the sake of this video, to keep it shorter than it would be if I was color grading, color correcting with any other software, or if I was just doing my old process, let's look at the difference. Going from S-Log3 straight at the camera to a fully converted, color graded, and film emulated video clip took me less than 5 minutes. Do you guys believe me now? It used to take me hours to do all that, to go from S-Log3 to Rec 709 to then color grade, and then, oh, let me tweak it a little bit to add my own little film touch. I don't need to do that anymore. I can also do all this in just one software, whereas I used to have to use Final Cut and either use its original color grading system and contrast boost and all that sort of stuff, or use multiple other softwares to get the job that Dehancer does for me. And yes, like I mentioned, this video is sponsored by Dehancer, but they told me to be 100% honest with you guys, and I wouldn't be making this video if it wasn't, because I truly believe what I'm saying. This is the best way to go from raw footage to fully color graded footage in minutes. Finally, Dehancer and I have teamed up to give you guys 10% off your next purchase when you use code FLACO, F-L-A-K-O, during checkout. And again, thank you so much to Dehancer for first of all sponsoring the video, but also to allow me to have these past couple of months to fully try and test out your product. And before I close out the video, I'd love to see your guys' final products with using Dehancer. Tag me on Instagram, message me directly, do whatever you want. Can't wait to see them.